I'm not your gossip girl, I'm the headline. Truth with a curve, baby, redefine. Welcome to the thirst trap. All the truth looks good in a tight wrap. We talk love, power, soul, and sin. Turn the world on, let the light in. Yeah, the thirst trap news. You'll drink it up, it's the real you. Maybe China, thirst promos, where every headline's a revelation.
Hey everybody, it's Luna Lopez here with Thirst Trap News. Put the apocalypse down for 5 minutes. All right, let's take a breather together because have you noticed the world is nervous? Like, not, oops, I forgot my keys nervous. I'm talking Chihuahua on the 4th of July nervous. Everything feels tense, everyone's on edge. The news sounds like it's being narrated by someone who hasn't slept since 2019. And listen, I get it. There's a lot going on. Every time you open your phone, it's like, breaking, everything is terrible, again. But tonight, I need to cast a very important spell. The spell of putting the apocalypse down for 5 minutes. Because if we don't remember how to laugh, how to smile, and how to be human with each other, then the gloom already won. And I refuse to let doom have that much power on my nervous system. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying ignore reality. I'm saying don't let reality steal your joy like a pickpocket in a crowd. There's a difference between being informed and being emotionally held hostage. And some of y'all are doom scrolling like it's your second job. You're spiritually exhausted, emotionally dehydrated, and you haven't laughed since before the last algorithm update. That's not awareness, that's burnout. And here's the witchy truth the old ones knew. Darkness feeds on despair. Light feeds in joy. Laughter is not denial, it's resistance. You think tyrants fear anger? No, baby. They fear people who can still laugh, love, and think clearly. Because laughter, it resets the nervous system. It reminds your body that you're alive, not just surviving. And let's be honest, some of the chaos right now is so absurd, it kind of deserves to be laughed at. We've got grown adults screaming at each other over headlines they didn't read, while the rest of us are just trying to remember where we put our coffee. You can't save the world if you're emotionally fried and spiritually crispy. Even witches take breaks. So tonight, this is your permission slip. Put the doom down, turn the volume down on the panic merchants, make a joke, send a meme, laugh with someone you love. Because joy is not frivolous, it's medicine. In the old world, laughter was sacred. Feasts, music, storytelling all around a fire, those weren't distractions. Those were survival tools. And right now, we need them. We need moments where we remember that life is still beautiful, people are still ridiculous, and humor is still holy. You don't honor suffering by becoming miserable. You honor it by staying soft enough to still feel happiness. So yes, stay informed, stay aware, but don't forget to live. Don't forget to smile at your people. Don't forget to be silly. And don't forget that joy is an act of rebellion in anxious times. Tonight, we laugh a little. We exhale a little. We remember that even in tense times, we are allowed to feel good. Now grab your drink, unclench your jaw, and let's enjoy being alive for a minute. The rest of the world can wait. Hi, John. Thank you. Production said I have a good one. Ooh, thanks, Nicholas. Nicholas said that was poetic. Hi, Ola. And Jack says, Happy New Year. Hi, Jack. Hope you're having a good New Year so far. Hey, Riffman. And I am him 72. And Bond says, I'm hella good with everything going on in my life. That's wonderful. Happy New Year. And Riffman says, Jesus has got us, girl. No worries. Nicholas says, they're just selling that thirst. Am I? Who's they? Because I'm the one that's selling it, baby. Daywalker's here. Okay. So, what's up, Rumble folks? My usual suspects in Rumble wanting to be all quiet, you know. That's okay. They're allowed to stay a little quiet, I guess. Cuz, you know, they're just nervous yet to talk to me. It's okay. They'll learn I don't bite. Or do I? Not unless you want it. But the biting is not free. All right. Just a little update on fan of the day. The mailroom was not open on Monday. So we'll be sending out 3 weeks. Like, nobody wants to work anymore. They're saying that their holiday lasted like a damn week, man. Like, what are you talking about? Rumble just needs to stop being so crappy, man. Rumble is like constantly freezing. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why. But hopefully you guys will just bear with me on Rumble. Okay. Ella says, I love your tattoo. It looks like mine. Which one? Let's see. Thank you. And happy Tuesday to you, Jamal Jennings. Welcome to Thirst Trap News. All right, what do I have on the menu for you guys today? First up, really, CBS? Top 5 worst songs of all time. Hopefully I won't get any sort of copyright strike. John Fetterman is the smartest dem. Cuba Libre. Chris Hansen is wild. Planet Fitness, dick in my hand. You got this, girly. I'm glad you told her. Break-in at JD Vance's home. AI is real. What? AI, but real as hell. Real life Arkham Asylum. Show me how you jump. Leave Brigitte Macron alone. And having a private phone call. You say this like it's a bad thing. Biggest downgrade ever. And don't feel like a shitty mom. So we'll see. How has your week been going so far? It's only Tuesday. I feel like it's freaking Wednesday or Thursday already. I don't know. It's been a weird few days. Oh my gosh. Why is Rumble being so crappy? I think it's because it's like loading a lot faster than it's sending out. Because that's what it looks like. I'm going to pull it up from my phone. Let's see. I should always do this because I never trust Rumble. So I really should start getting in the habit of like doing this before we get on, since I'm starting to have to do this almost every time. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm covered in tattoos. So I mean, I have like a whole sleeve. This one, we're working on this sleeve. This one's kind of just patchworked up. And then my back is completely covered. My sides are almost totally covered. Basically, I just have my neck, chest, stomach left, and legs. And this arm. Somewhat. You guys really need to start watching me on Rumble because you can see the wide shot. And again, this is showing. I would really like that to stop. That's new. We had gotten that away. I don't know if the screen moved. It doesn't look like the screen moved. It looks like that moved. Well, we haven't moved the screen. Hopefully nothing falls off. Uh-oh. You want to check the solo shot real quick? Did I fuck it up?
Turn it a smidge so you get that.
Okay.
All right.
Oh man, I can't wait till we can get a better mic system too. I bought mics. I really would like to get those calibrated. Because this thing right here drives me insane. So did we ever get the phone number thing done?
Yeah, just didn't have time to set it up today. But yes.
Okay, so we almost have the phone number for the show ready to go. And we're going to test it with Judge Joe Brown tomorrow. Because when he was supposed to come on my show last week, something came up for him and he couldn't come on. But he has like internet issues. So we're probably just going to do an audio interview with Judge Joe Brown tomorrow. And then that'll be at 6:00 tomorrow. But I'll have my browser up. So you'll be able to, I'll pull up the things he's referencing. This man is a wealth of knowledge. So, I mean, the last time I talked to him, it was like a 2-hour conversation. So, we'll doing that. And then hopefully we can get those mics calibrated too, because I just can't with this. Yes, the Judge Joe Brown is coming on my show. And then I'm going to have a congressional candidate on the 15th of January who's running in South Florida in Boca, District 7. And then I'm going to have a J6er on my show the following week. So we got good stuff coming up. Judge Joe Brown, a congressional candidate, and a pardoned J6er. So that'll be a wealth of information. It's going to be fun. Hey, Backwater, how you doing? Good to see ya. And Ganabis, what's up? Okay, let's get into our first video. Oh, don't forget, whoever sticks around for the whole show, that's the one qualifier. That's a non-negotiable. You have to be around for the whole show to win fan of the day. And then you get my lipstick kissed autographed show notes mailed to you via producer Ryan. And we'll tell you how to contact him at the end of the show so we can get that delivered to you. And yes, the congressional candidate I'm having on is Raven Harrison. I will be endorsing her. And I'm going to try to get Roger Stone on after that. And I just somehow, that was like magic. The cap of my pen just flew off and went far away. That was weird. Where are the thirst traps? My beautiful fucking face. And my whatever else you like. On Sundays, I do a subscriber only show. And that one is very niche topic. So we're doing human origins. I do that in lingerie, a smoke and a drink. And we went over Sumeria, the Anunnaki, and the Babylonians. And this coming Sunday, we will be going over the Egyptian Empire and their mysticism, because they were known for their magic. The Egyptian Empire, their government, how it is, the Babylonian government is still in play today. And we're walking through history all the way up. And then after the Egyptian world power, we will be discussing the Hebrews, because the Jews are part of that story. And then we'll be going over the Talmud during that era. And then we will move on and continue going. And then we will start discussing the Bolsheviks after that. And so those are Sundays. And John says, I'm psychic. Reality Pocket, did you see my email about the creator program? Yes, we did see your email. Someone sent me a subscription gift or whatever, premium gift, and I cannot activate that. I don't know how. But I am making money on Rumble. So, Jack says Luna is a babe. Thanks, Jack. All right, I'm going to need my OGs The trolls have been more common. They're coming my way. So that way, so I can keep the float. There's like a fuzz in my nose. Y'all gonna have to watch me mine for gold for a second because it's tickling the shit out of my nose. I don't really care if y'all see. But y'all gonna have to help me keep an eye and handle the trolls. The Zionists are coming after you, girl. All right. First video. Look at Marco Rubio's
I'm curious
face.
why
do you do this? You don't have to back it up. You really don't. Every time you do that and it interrupts me, but you don't have to back it up. I showed you that the last show. Look at Marco Rubio's face. He looks not entertained. He looks less than thrilled. All right, really, CBS?
the Trump administration decided to leave it intact and only arrest Nicolas Maduro and his wife, the person who controls the police, the chief thug, Diosdado Cabello. He's the interior minister. He's been indicted by the United States. He was in that indictment. The
Diosdado, what a name.
Administration released. He's a narco terrorist.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah, I know. His name is God-given Hair Rondon.
There's a $25 million price on his head. He's still in place. The defense minister, who has deep ties to Russia, $15 million price on his head. He is still in place. I'm confused. Are they still wanted by the United States? Why didn't you arrest them if you are taking out the narco
Does she understand what a fugitive is?
terrorist regime?
You're confused? I don't know why that's confusing to you.
They're still in
I mean, it's
power.
very simple. You're not going to go in and wrap up. But you can't go. You're going to go in and suck up 5 people. They're already complaining about this one operation. Imagine the howls we would have from everybody else if we actually had to go and stay there 4 days to capture 4 other people. We got the top priority. The number one person on the list was the guy who claimed to be the president of the.
Her face, though, like 1 second ago. Look at her face.
The number one person on the operation.
That's just, I am here to look pretty. That's all. I don't understand what's going on, face. What are you, what? What are you saying? What?
Imagine the howls we would have from everybody else if we actually had to go and stay there 4 days to capture 4 other people. We got the top priority. The number one person on the list was the guy who claimed to be the president of the country that he was not, and he was arrested along with his wife.
Her face says it all. She doesn't have a good poker face. She's like, I'm just supposed to disagree with him. I'm just supposed to hate him.
Was also indicted, and that was a pretty sophisticated and frankly complicated operation.
It was.
It is not easy to land helicopters in the middle of the largest military base in the country. The guy lived on a military base. Land within 3 minutes, kick down his door, grab him, put him in handcuffs, read him his rights, put him in a helicopter, and leave the country without.
She's like,
losing any American or any American assets. That's not an easy mission. And you're asking me, why didn't we do that in 5 other places at the same time? I mean, that's absurd.
Right.
I do think this is one of the most, daring, complicated, sophisticated missions this country has carried out in a very long time. Tremendous credit to the U.S. military personnel who did it. It was unbelievable. And tremendous success. And today, an indicted drug trafficker who was not the legitimate president of Venezuela, who we don't recognize, the Biden administration didn't recognize, 60-something countries don't recognize, the European Union.
yeah, well, what about Netanyahu? He's like wanted in like some absurd amount of countries, like over 100. Like, what about him?
Doesn't recognize, and many countries in Latin America don't recognize.
Only thing is like our freaking government doesn't consider what he's doing as crimes on us,
He was a indicted drug trafficker. He was arrested. His wife was arrested.
Right,
also
but the
indicted, and they are now
others who
facing
are also
justice in an
indicted are
American
still
system of courts.
The others who are also indicted are still in place. So that's the point of my questioning there. But you talked about not being the legitimate
So you wanted
president.
us to land in 5 other military bases?
No, I'm asking why you chose that this was the limit of the military operation. But to your point that you just made, that Maduro was not the legitimate president.
He was the guy who was claiming to be the president.
Right. Well, the
He was a
opposition.
top target.
I'm curious why the Trump administration decided to leave it intact. And
That's the first question is like an illegitimate question in the first place. Like, how do you even like comment on such infantile like questioning? Like, I don't even know what to say. First of all, if you have a dictator, like half the people that's like helping him run the country are being forced to. So there's that. And number two, I mean, yeah, it makes a solid point. Well, what were they supposed to do? That would have taken how long? Yeah, like 4 days. Then that's how you got to get in and get out. That's how you actually start a fucking war. Go down there and stay for 4 days? Yeah, I don't think so. Didn't y'all play Red Dead? Don't you know how bounties work, man? You got to scoop them up and get out of there. Yeah, they got the head of the snake. First of all, that other lady, though, I don't know. All the Venezuelans I know, they want her gone, too. Because she's still saying, the vice president, she's still saying that Maduro is the rightful leader of the country. So, according to my Venezuelan friends, they're just like, no, fuck that. So they want her gone too. I guess that means there's more coming for Venezuela if they don't cooperate. Jack says Somalians are making our country better. Ha! Funny. Top 5 worst songs of all time. I hope we don't get copyright strike on any of that. All right.
These are the top 5 worst songs of all time. Coming in at number 5 is Sucker by the Jonas Brothers. Like the Jonas Brothers, the damn song sucks. That damn song reminds me of somebody sucking a cock. Coming in at number 4 is Only Human by the Jonas Brothers.
Aww.
And that song sucks.
I love the Jonas Brothers.
Jonas
He's
Brothers
always
aren't
going on
fucking
about the
human.
Jonas
They
Brothers.
don't know what a human is. Coming in at number 3 is Backwards, also by the Jonas
Oh, no. That is, I listen to that song at least 3 times a week.
Brothers. They keep singing that song, and they don't realize that song sucks so fucking bad. Coming in
Grandpa.
at number 2 is Year 3000. This is also by the fucking Jonas Brothers. It's a terrible fucking song, and the Jonas Brothers do a terrible job in singing it, and they fuck everything up. Coming in at number 1 is Love Bug. Again,
I don't even know
by
those
the
first 2
fucking
songs,
Jonas
but apparently production saying that he was like a super fan of them got a little crazy, I guess, and then they banned him, and so now he's like, you know, on a revenge. He's got a vendetta. No wonder every time I said this man, he's like talking shit on the Jonas Brothers. First of all, I have to say, the ugly one, ladies, when they're ugly young, those are the ones that age like fine wine, and then they're like handsome when they're older. This poor Kevin, you know, he all got shoved in the background, and now he's got a new song out called Changes, or Changing, something like that, Changing. And his voice is like, I'm like, what you been this whole time? They've been pushing you to the back because you got the best voice. So he's finally got a song out, and as they're getting older, he's turning out to be the looker. But that's what always happens, you know? When they're like gawky and weird looking when they're young, you know, it takes them a little while longer to mature, and then when they're in their 40s and 50s, they got that gray hair, they're sexy. No, this guy actually talks like this, and yeah, he's really hurt. His feelings are really hurt. Pocket, I'm gonna have to call you because I can't multitask on that level right now. Trying to understand what you're saying. I really appreciate the help. But I'm gonna have to call you because it's switching my brain from to a different mode. So maybe you can call me and explain what you're meaning, because I'm not even quite sure. I've been like all over my Rumble dashboard and I'm not even quite sure exactly what you mean. I wasn't referring to the pennies from ads either. It's the money I've been making on Rumble is from y'all's support, direct support from me. So to me. So yeah. Okay. So I never saw the South Park episode, Williams. Although South Park always comes in clutch, man. There's always such a good reference, such a good South Park reference on any given topic. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Zio, what you doing? And Raymond. I actually didn't become a Jonas Brothers fan until, like, truly until, like, I don't know, a few months ago. Because they were just, like, when they came out, I'm older than them, so they were a little juvenile for me when they first came out, but, they're getting older now, and now they're, like, you know, singing about stuff that I can, like, actually get down with. Okay, so next video. John Fetterman is the smartest Dem. Did you know that?
I don't know why we can't just acknowledge that it's been a good thing what's happened. This wasn't a war. This wasn't boots on grounds and in that kind of a way.
Right.
This was surgical and very efficient. I think as a Democrat, you know, just because it's a different party here, it's like I'm open to better opportunities for Venezuelan.
Yeah,
and now
that's how I feel.
turn to a lot of the Venezuelans in our nation, and they're all celebrating these things.
Exactly.
I don't know why
That's
we
what I
can't
said.
just
He is smart. That's what I said when everyone want to jump down my throat, talk about we aren't the world police. Well, first of all, you're fucking wrong. No, we're not. Actually, you're right. We're not. But you're using your point wrong, because we would be being the world police if, you know, let's just take an obscure country. If Kenya was perpetrating crimes on Jordan or the Congo, and then we go over there like, hey, you're not supposed to be being bad. You be good. That'd be being Team America World Police. But no, when they come to your country and commit crimes, then you're not being the world police. You're putting America first. And since Maduro would not cooperate to negotiate this bullshit from Trinidad and all this shit, then I guess they handled it with a strong arm. But you guys realize this isn't even like about cocaine, and it's not about oil. I'll tell you what this whole thing's been about. They've been built, Russia, China, and Iran have been building a fucking secret base there underground. So that's what this is actually about. It's keeping their military out of the Western Hemisphere, which is why the Crown and anybody else in the UN hasn't been like, oh, bad Trump, you shouldn't have done that, bad boy. They'll say it like, certain ones will say it because they're obligated to, because they're super liberal and they can't break away from their party's nonsense. But John Fetterman here, he's been one of the Democrats I've always liked because he's like a common sense person, which lends to the point that all the MAGA people, all the right-leaning people, all the conservatives, all the however far right you want to go, whoever it is is saying, I want common sense. Like, let's just, I know there's both sides saying they want common sense, but you can clearly see who actually has common sense. And when they have common sense, it's not that hard to get along. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I started my opening monologue with, let's fucking have a goddamn good time, folks. Like, why are we worried about the doom and gloom? These are spiritual matters. These are spiritual matters, and laughter is important for the spiritual webbing that exists. But I like Fetterman. Glad he's doing okay after his issue. I think Fetterman should just come on over to the constitutionalist side of things. Don't be a Democrat. Don't be a conservative. Just be a fucking constitutionalist. When you're a constitutionalist, it cuts out all the fucking noise. Anything, any laws. What that means, what a constitutionalist means is, when I was running for Congress, every time someone would be like, oh, Luna Lopez, Republican, I'd be like, no, constitutionalist. Oh, what does that mean? It means all we need is the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Declaration of Independence. And any laws outside of that is an overreach of power. Because they would try to, as a conservative, they would try to pin me on the abortion thing. And I'd be like, that's not any, if Congress has nothing to do with abortion. That is a state right. It's not a federal, there's no federal jurisdiction over that. When it comes to the Constitution, if you actually apply the Constitution, you wouldn't be able to have an abortion once the heartbeat's there. They would actually lower the cost to getting a blood test done so you could take the zygote, which is a clump of cells, up to 5 weeks. That's as far as you got, and take it out. But if we were constitutionalists, it takes away the murder of the fetus. It takes away a lot of stuff. But federally, there's a lot of laws that Congress and the Senate pass that actually they have no right to make laws over, because it's the point of having a democratic republic, is that the states being federalized obviously have one common purpose and one common goal and one standard of law. But when you have a country this big, the states' rights are incredibly important, because how the hell are you going to get people in Oregon to agree with people in Florida? Like, it's such different culture. So that's why a lot of these things are pointless to even talk about as someone who's in the federal branch of things. Whenever someone would question me about, something that Congress truly doesn't have the right to make laws over, I would tell them to go ask their state assemblyman, because that's who they needed to talk to, and then they were like their minds were like exploded half of the time. They were like, oh my God, I would not get cut in the weeds. And every single time I had to answer a question, I took it back to the Constitution. I gave a constitutional answer. So yeah. And John says Fetterman is like a modern day Joe Lieberman. John says Team America, World Police is from the guys who created South Park. The marionette doll sex was my favorite part of the movie, because it's like literally the best sex scene ever. I mean, I laughed the whole time. Every time. It still holds up. Anytime I see that movie, like watching dolls on strings do it is like, if you want to break a bad mood, watch that fucking scene. It's amazing. America, fuck yeah. All right. And Jack says federal has been surprisingly a breath of fresh air. Well, that's because Trump knows there's certain things he cannot leave us in the dust over with his promises. However, now we need to get Trump to stop kissing Israel's ass. Like, why did you go put your fucking hand on that damn wall? I think it's really because he didn't know better. When you come in not as a politician and you don't know how it all works and you don't know who's doing what and what spells they're putting on you, what rituals are going to, it's really easy to do the wrong thing. And I know with JD Vance, you can't trust that guy. Do the research on JD Vance. Actually, I need to start putting him in my shows. But he was groomed for this position. And after Trump got shot, they told basically the Palantir camp that gave Trump all this money, basically told him, if you don't take JD Vance, like, they're going to kill you. Like, they're going to do it again. And so, that they told him they're going to kill you if you don't take JD Vance. And like, okay, the shot is always like the most spectacular, but there's other ways that the CIA and whoever else can kill you. I mean, do you guys remember what Kim Jong-un did to his brother? Oh, and we saw that on camera. So in the airport, like, there was these it was his brother or uncle, doesn't matter. But there were these girls in South Korea, I guess, Malaysia, who had this prank channel or something on social media, and they were getting big from just being silly, and they would run up to people and prank them on the street or whatever. So Kim Jong-un, he didn't even tell these girls exactly what they were doing. He just wanted them to do a prank. So he had obviously a third party of rubbing this baby oil type substance on this person's face and then running off. So they got paid all this money. They were supposed to get paid money, right? So they do the prank. They rub the oil on on their face. They're wearing something on their hands, I guess. And the guy dies in 45 minutes. So, there's like so many fucking ways. There's so many ways. Jamal, thanks for the fire. Y'all, the experience on Rumble, I'm telling you, it's so much better. You don't even need an account, but you're going to want one because I always raid shows afterwards and I send you guys over to a new show and you can stay or leave. But it's fun. Prost. All right. So on Rumble, you can find me with the same username, Real Luna Lopez. All right. Next video. Cuba Libre.
You just wait for Cuba.
Just
Cuba
more longer.
is a communist dictatorship that's killed priests and nuns. They've preyed on their own people. Their days are numbered. We're going to wake up one day, I hope in 26, in our backyard, we're going to have allies in these countries doing business with America, not narco-terrorist dictators killing Americans. This is a big frigging day. And everybody in the world is thinking differently than they were just a few days ago because of what you did.
Cuba is ready to fall.
Yes.
Cuba looks like it's ready to fall. I don't know if they're going to hold out. But Cuba now has no income. They got all of their income from Venezuela, from the Venezuelan oil. They're not getting any of it. And Cuba literally is ready to fall. And you have a lot of great Cuban Americans that are going to be very happy about this.
I'll tell you what, my husband and his family going to be real happy about that because they got family down there still that they haven't been able to see since they left. And so, I mean, I know they can still go there, but I mean, like, who really wants to risk that? You know what I mean? But, yeah, Cuba, fucking North Korea, if we could freaking figure a way to do that without him setting off the nukes, you know what I'm saying? There, you'd have to bribe the fuck out of the people that in the Kim family dynasty's military. America would have to pay them pretty hefty. They would have to find a way to bribe those people because apparently now you can't get in or out for real because they have electrified the entire thing and they've put landmines. When I say landmines, I don't mean like African style. I mean like North Korean style. Like, I mean like the Jewish response to Hamas October 7th style. Like there's fucking mines everywhere around the whole fucking thing. Like you can't fucking get in and out. And there's like there are certain paths that only some of the guards know. And it's like even them, they don't even want to walk it when they don't have to. But they have rats that smell for mines. My little rat, she's doing so much better. She's getting a little more comfortable. Yes, my husband is Cuban. She is getting big quick, but I've finally gotten her to where she approaches my hand on her own, looking for treats. And even if I don't have a treat, she's getting to where she at least wants to like walk up my arm a little bit and stick, like she knows she can come out of her cage, like out the door on my arm. And then she just kind of sits and like looks at me and looks around in the room. And then she goes back in because, she doesn't know where she's at. But, and I got her as a baby. So like they're really scared of everything until they're like 6 months old. So it just takes a lot of patience taming rats, but rats are incredibly smart. This is my second rat. My first one, her name was Rosie. This one, her name is Spirit. I only get girl rats because rat balls are fucking huge and they drag on the floor and they're intrusive and rude. But I might get a male rat just to like have babies and feed our new snake. This is our second ball python, and she's doing really wonderful. She's growing. I think she's gonna shed soon because she's like wanting to like lay in her water dish a little bit. But yeah, she's gotten bigger, and yeah, it was. We had to feed her these little like, because she's a baby too, so we had to feed her these like little hopper mice that are like babies with no hair, and it was so sad and it was scary, and I was like, I can't watch this. So I just like put it in there in the bucket with her. nudged it over because this little baby was really cold and it wasn't moving, so I had to like roll it around. And as soon as she grabbed it, I was like, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not watching this one. But I can watch her eat like mice and rats and stuff like that. But this snake we got is a female, so she's probably going to be a couple feet bigger than the male. And I'm hoping we don't have to feed like guinea pig size stuff. Is the Rumble feed okay? Yeah, on the computer, but on my phone, it's not so much. It's like just been sitting there for 10 minutes. Okay. First of all, Lindsey Graham is not wrong. Trump is not wrong about Cuba. They're not wrong, but just Lindsey Graham he loves war because it keeps money in his pockets. It keeps money. You know, the banking system is designed it's a war economy. So if no one is at war, the banking system doesn't do well. So Lindsey Graham understands this. And that can make him malevolent or benevolent. It can make him both things, depending on the need. Hi, Mets fan. I'm doing good. Good to see you. It's been a minute. I'm doing wonderful. How are you? Jack says I sell rats as snake food. Yes, I might do the same. Okay. Chris Hansen's wild, y'all. Let's see him.
You asked her if she likes big dicks. What'd you mean by that?
I just asked a question. Like I said,
you asked all your friends if they like big dicks?
I have.
You have. Your male friends?
Yeah.
Hey, you like big dicks? But you asked that question to a 15-year-old girl.
Bro. That desperate to lie.
You asked her if she would suck your dick at the door.
Man, I didn't say it like that.
He just said, I didn't say it like that. So was there an okay way to say it? I guarantee you he was like, I didn't ask her if she'd do it at the door.
What'd you say?
I mean, like I said, I was just talking shit. I ain't really...
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
This does not look good.
No, it
dumbass.
And you can
dumbass.
see that, can't you?
I really was trying.
So you know this ain't the first time. So this motherfucker right here, anybody who fucking rapes a child, touches a child, if you molest a child, you deserve to be castrated. If you rape one, you deserve death. I'm sorry.
I didn't know this girl.
Okay, but that's not what you said in the communication. There's something else you need to know. I'm Chris Hansen.
No shit.
Well, you're about to find out.
He said, I don't know who that is instead of you. I don't know who you are. Hey, this guy doesn't seem like he's too bright. His lies are terrible.
Is there anything else you want people to know about what you did?
Yes, Pocket. The wood chipper sounds wonderful. I think there's an episode of Dexter where there's a wood chipper used in the blood something in the second one. I know they use it in Fargo. I just know there was another movie. I can't remember. It was a serial killer show or movie or something. Backwater said, what in the R. Kelly? Oh my God. I can't, like, in this day and age though, like, you know, cops are all over pretending to be kids. Like, how do you fucking think you're not gonna get caught? Fucking assholes. Yeah, he looks like he does meth.
Tonight, what you did over the last
I wasn't planning on messing with that girl like that.
You weren't planning to mess with the girl.
No.
I think you're lying again. And I think the chats that you had and the phone conversations back that up.
Man, it don't look good. No, but no.
It don't look good. That's right. You asked her if she likes big dick.
Damn. This guy's a fucking warrior, man. Look at, he got a good head of hair on him too, man. Badger, what's up, buddy? Washington is trying to decriminalize that shit. I know. Chomos that are caught in a sting. Go figure. Yeah, I know. I know it. When the push for trans stuff went, like, when the graph chart went, like, the line chart went like this. 2020. I was like, that's propaganda pushing this because they want to legalize pedophilia. I did research and boom, it brought me to a group that is advocating for that. All you have to do is follow the money with anything. You have to just follow the money and you'll find out if it's a good entity or a bad entity. And the money showed me that it's all this this, I'm not even gonna say LGB, the T part, that huge push in that, my research led me right to a group. I'm not gonna say their name. I'm fucking never gonna say their name, but just go find it. My OGs know I get on about this because it hits too close to home with everything. Jack said P. Diddy's waiting. And he don't have his baby oil. So you gonna get that raw. Rough and raw. All right. A Planet Fitness dick in my hand. Ooh. This is real? Oh my God. Okay, this is real.
Breaking news. A trans-American
Whoa, why he look like Snoop? Oh my God, I thought it was Snoop.
off inside of a woman's locker room.
Ew. Oh, a little too. It's in a girl's bathroom. A trans woman jerking her dick off in a bathroom, in a public fucking bathroom. Just think about this. You are so addicted to coming that you're in Publix and you just have to right now. So you gotta go to the bathroom and do this shit. That's fucking disturbing. It's fucking disturbing. This is why every fucking dude who, first of all, there should be no unisex bathrooms. Like, none. But if there is a fucking guy in a woman's bathroom, I will go on attack mode. I'm going to fucking lose my mind.
It doesn't matter that you're in the stall. It is inappropriate. Do that shit at home. Don't go be in a public fucking place. Bro, you go to the Taco Bell bathroom and jack off, bro? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
He says kink because he was facing the door.
Right, minors, like.
Oh, so calm. I would be dragging that bitch boy by the fucking collar. Trust me, Luna don't care about her size. I'm telling you, this little girl right here packs a fucking punch. I'd be dragging that motherfucker right out the door, kicking him in the ass, telling him he's lucky I'm not fucking calling the cops. Fucking get the fuck out of there.
It does not fucking matter, bro.
That's public fucking.
Breaking news. A trans.
Public fucking is not allowed, even if you're fucking yourself. Fucking idiots. Yeah, if you jack off, you shouldn't be in the women's room because trans women aren't women. They're fucking men. And there were 2 other fucking dudes in there. So I don't even know what kind of bathroom this was. Badger said he canceled his membership today. Good for you. At Planet Fitness. Yeah, we have like choose and So did you know choose is German for goodbye? Just a fun fact. But I'm more entertained that this guy looks like Snoop Dogg. I really wish I could meet Snoop Dogg one day. I would just be a little giggly. I'd be like, can I smoke with you? Please. All right. Next video. You got this, girly.
To the girl who's having a bad day. Hey, girly. I know it might not seem like it right now.
Not this guy
but
again.
You will be okay. You're so kind. You're so amazing. And you are beautiful inside and out. You can and will get through this and persevere. You are amazing. I love you so much.
Thank you. I love you too. Thank you for reminding me that I can push through this, that I got this. You know, and this guy's cute. He always is trying to do like positive affirmation videos for girls. How sweet. Oh. You should see all the gifs in the comments of girls with heart bubbles. Because really, that's all we want. That's truly all we want. We don't need you to tell us how to do it. We already know that. We just want to know that we're smart and that we're going to fucking conquer this shit. We don't want you to fucking fix it for us. We'll ask you to do that. We'll ask you when we need that. Most of the time, we just need just a good little hug like this. It's all going to be okay. It's going to be fine. You got this. You strong. Maybe a booby squeeze during it, or a booty squeeze, you know. Little kiss on the cheek, little pat on the head, little forehead kiss, you know, Stuff like that. All right. Backwater says, if my daughter or wife or any woman is in there, I'll beat that confused little fairy's ass till they're not walking out. That's because you're a man. That's because you're a real man. But we need more men who know when it's time to tell their wife, hey, it's all right. You got this. You got this. Everything's going to be okay. The world is not going to fall apart. Everything's going to be fine. All right. Next video. I'm glad you told her.
I'm glad he told her.
Can someone tell me what MAGA men find attractive so that I can wear the complete opposite? Thanks.
You don't need to. You don't have to change
I'm
anything.
glad he told her.
Can someone tell me what MAGA men find attractive so that I can wear the complete opposite? Thanks.
You nailed it.
I'm glad he told her.
Oh, man, we said it at the same time. I was like, you got it, girl. You good. You got it. Mm-hmm. Yep. You got it. Did you guys see that JD Vance's home got broke into? Because people are getting fucking angry out here on both sides of the damn fence. Oh, man. Reality Pocket says that JD Vance's home was done by a trans person who was the son of a rich Democrat donor. I don't know. I haven't heard that. I just saw their face, and they looked like they were 15. They looked like a baby. And I was like, God, man, it's really sad what has happened to all these people that, like, want to do this to their bodies or do something extreme and go to jail. Like, what I see in this world is like trauma. Everyone is traumatized. And COVID was one of the things that traumatized the shit out of like the Gen Zers. It was a shit show. And during that, they just crammed all this down their throats. It's so sad. But you can definitely see the trauma. It's lots of trauma. All right. Break in at JD Vance's home.
Someone tried to break into JD Vance's home, armed with a hammer. Just after midnight on Monday, Secret Service agents guarding his Cincinnati home heard loud smashing sounds and then saw a man running from the property. Turns out 4 windows...
What's with the hammers, though? Jeez. Like... What a brutal way to, like... Were you really going to go forward with, like, beating him to death with a hammer? Like... I just watched a video of a bunch of Muslim extremists in Nigeria using stones to kill a Christian, and it wasn't censored, and it was... I wouldn't have the stomach for that. He's got to be quick. Like, you know, I'm still humane at the end of the day. Like, people get what they deserve, but... Ugh.
Had been shattered, and on the way in, the suspect also vandalized a Secret Service vehicle. Agents detained the man within minutes. He's been
Arthur said he thinks it was Nancy Pelosi.
identified as 26-year-old William DeFore, who now faces multiple charges, including criminal trespass, vandalism, and damaging property. JD Vance, his wife Usha, and their 3 young children were luckily not home. They were already back in Washington, D.C. Vance later confirmed the incident himself, thanking the Secret Service and local police, and saying it appeared to be the work of a crazy person. Someone tried to break into...
Shit's wild. Shit's getting wild, folks. I don't even know what to say. Although, I did do some research on JD Vance over this last week, and I gotta say, somebody told him he needed to lose weight and grow a beard, because I was shocked at, like, what he looked like in 2020. Well, that is not the same person. That person was chunky. Not that there's anything wrong with being chunky, but someone was like, you need to grow a beard and lose some weight. Kind of funny. Like, this ain't gonna work as for being president. Palantir was like, here's your treadmill. You better get on this damn treadmill. Okay, I got some AI to show you. AI, but real as hell.
Palestine from the river to the sea.
Wait, new cause alert! Huh?
New cause alert.
Free Maduro?
Do we switch?
Yes, so.
Okay, new chant. Ready? Free Maduro! We want dictators!
Basically, this is exactly what it is. I just like, can they stop confusing me? Because like first you say you hate dictators, and now you want him to be this one to be protected. No, you just want to do everything opposite. You want to say everything opposite of Trump because CNN, NBC, ABC, CBS all got you conditioned to hate Trump. You don't even know why you hate Trump. You just know you hate Trump. And then the ones that are out there protesting against Maduro, it ain't no damn Venezuelan. They are literally, the Democrats are going to lose their entire Hispanic voter base if they had any left because of this. And they'll probably, as a result, lose other people too, because how the fuck are you going to sit there and protest to free Maduro? You're literally asking for the tyranny and oppression to be deployed right back onto the Venezuelan people. So the Democrats, Chuck Schumer, I hope you fucking listen to this. Let me hashtag you. You're making like suicide for yourself because you think that anybody's going to freaking want to support you after this. No, you guys are fucking lunatics. You're lunatics. Not the good kind. Like my OGs. No, it's, you know that anybody protesting is paid. They're paid by Soros because Soros wants Russia, China, Iran, all that to stay in place. You know, the Cuba thing, that's because of Russia. Like the embargo and all that shit and blah, 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 blah. But I know I have to support it because it's going to make my in-laws happy. And my husband, because they'll probably want to go down there. And I kind of want to see Cuba because I've heard it. It's beautiful. Remember when Oprah and all the liberals loved Trump? Yes, I do, Jack. I remember that. Because I'm like half black. So Trump was on nigga, dude. Like he partied, he hung out with us. I was never able to be convinced that Trump was a racist because I've watched him my whole life. He never was, ever once. And actually, he dated a lot of beautiful black girls. A lot of them had like my complexion, some darker. So, yes, Chuck is eating his words from 2020, Williams. Yes, he is. This is the stupidest thing they could ever do. Like, if there was one thing you could support, you said no kings, right? No kings, no kings, no kings. And then now you're mad. He's doing what you wanted. Fucking idiots. Dirty-ders. Dirty-ders. Hey, Puck. How you doing, babe? Good to see you, girl. Glad you're here on the show. I'm going to start coming on a little earlier than 10. Haven't exactly decided on a time because I'm still trying to figure out what time will work best with our, home life and all that stuff. But I'm thinking like 8 o'clock or 7:30 every day because the girl has to wind down after the show's over. And then I'm always in bed like by 3 o'clock every night. And it's just exhausting. And I can't function well during the day like that. John says, the fact you're not in Congress and yet Jasmine Crockett is boggles my mind. Me too, John. The establishment is a thing, dude. I am way too renegade for them. Like, I am purely a constitutionalist and you cannot govern me with your politics, but you can govern me with the Constitution. And they knew I was not going to cooperate and play ball. The offer came 3 times. And when I refused it, they cloned my campaign, put a decoy in the race, and split my vote clean in half because I was projecting at 40, polling at like 40-something%, which means if I had run the next time, I would have wiped his ass out. But I think it was a good thing it didn't happen because, God just didn't have it in the cards for me. He had it in the cards for me to run, but not to win. because I made some amazing connections. That's how I'm getting Judge Joe Brown on. That's how I know Kwame Brown. That's how I know Roger Stone. That's how I know Anna Paulina Luna. That's how I know a bunch of people. Byron Donalds. There's just a bunch of people. So, you know, maybe it was just there in the cards for me to just make the connections and not actually be in office, because I'm too fucking ungovernable, bro. Too ungovernable, you know? But thank you for the support. Jasmine Crockett, by the way, I would love to go duke it out with her and AOC, because, you know, I'd wipe the floor with them, with their faces. Her eyelashes would be like trailing down the hallway. I'll beat her ass one eyelash at a time. Yo, I wear fake eyelashes too, but hers are like this. Like this long. That's the sound they make every time she blinks. They're just smacking you. All right. Did you know there's a real life Arkham Asylum?
This has to be the real life Arkham Asylum. Because not only is this prison holding the Venezuelan president and Maduro and Luigi Mangione, they also have R. Kelly, Diddy, El Chapo, fucking the FTX crypto scammer, Jeffrey Epstein's girl, like, and I'm pretty sure this dude pissed off Trump or
Michael
something.
Cohen and Al Sharpton.
I don't know why Al Sharpton.
Yo, what's with New York? Why do they always go do it in New York? Like, why New York? Yeah, we got other federal. There's got to be other federal courts they could do this in. This is too risky in New York. It's like, no, actually, might be the right place, because there are so many people from the Caribbean and from South America up there. And if you're from the Caribbean, like my family, being from Trinidad, 7 miles off the coast, like you could spit on Trinidad from Venezuela. You're very familiar with the crime that Trinidad has unleashed upon the Caribbean. And look at me, I just said it like an American. And Trinidad and Tobago was like one of the highest for snatching women, because the women are pretty. So, this comment says I'm putting together a team, and it's Wesley Snipes from when he was Nick Fury. Samuel Jackson. I always say freaking what. I always do that with them. I freaking confuse them. They don't look alike. I don't know why I keep doing that. It's not because I'm racist. Okay. The only people that all look alike are white people. JK. I am just kidding. I'm mostly white, so you know. Look, ain't nobody free with me. I'll pick on all y'all. I'll love on all y'all and pick on all y'all. All y'all got stupid shit. Yes. Yes. Wesley Snipes was Blade Runner, I think. Blade. And Blade Runner, the name of the movie, Blade. I don't know why I said Blade Runner. It's a habit. I've seen Blade Runner so many times. But Blade, and then, yes, it's kind of like my brain does that thing. I forgot what it's called. Where everyone gets the same thing wrong. Demolition Man, that was a good one too. Okay. Next, or did we finish this one? All right, next video. Show me how you jump.
Show me how you jump.
Okay.
Oh my God.
That's
Show me how you jump.
This dude just aimed a swampy fart right to the heavens.
Oh my God.
It said.
Show me how you jump.
I am known to let a fart out at the worst time, when really it's the best time, because I will fart for an audience. I'll do it. Because if you can't laugh at a fucking fart, I cannot be fucking friends with you. The other day we were coming home from the mall, me and my daughter, and this guy let out a gargantuan burp, and I was like, right on, bro. And he turned around like, thanks. Yes. Thank you. Appreciate it. My daughter fixed a hat for me. Isn't it cute? It's got little ears. I would put it on, but then I'll mess up my hair. Hold on. Fuck it. It doesn't go on with the ponytail right, but it's this part sinks and then you have like little ears. I don't want to mess my hair up, but yeah. And it's got a little starfish because we live by the beach. So, okay. Y'all, I put deodorant on. It's like I hit menopause and no deodorant works. And the devil tries to crawl out of my womb and go out of me, up through my torso and out of through my throat. And I end up leaving body prints and footprints wherever I go. Man, freaking menopause is for the motherfucking birds, yo. Like, ugh. Okay. And then the thing is when you sweat from menopause, you're not actually hot because the room is hot. You're sweating because the gates of hell are opening up inside of you and your soul is being fought over. So when you end up drenched and the room isn't actually hot, you get fucking cold immediately, but also hot. So it literally is like having the flu. So if you have a wife that's in menopause and she's having hot flashes, be fucking kind to her because it's literally like having the flu for years. At any given moment. Puck says, I'll laugh at farts till the day I leave this world. That's my girl. I fucking could hang with her. Yeah, I don't care. I'll do it wherever. What really actually truly does annoy me are men who cannot hear a woman fart or know she takes a shit. Like that kind of fucking crap from a man pisses me off more than I don't know what to pick, but it really makes me look at them in very much of an ew way. Because sorry dude, you are a guy and like you guys stink like once a day just from living. So the fact that you are so mortified that women pass gas and take shits really is like the highest turnoff for me with a dude. Puck says, I'm with you, girl. It's like Dante's Inferno inside your body. It's so bad. Like, and it'll be like coming up. I've never sweated from like right here on my face before until that. Like there's parts of my body that sweat that I never knew could sweat. It's awful. It's why I'm like really digging into the thirst trap news because I needed an excuse to barely wear clothes. But never fear, going back to the farts and poop thing. My farts sound like harps and smell like Downy. So you're good. Okay. Back to some political shit. Leave Brigitte Macron alone.
10 people have been found guilty of cyberbullying Brigitte Macron. She is, of course, the wife of the French President Emmanuel Macron. Now, this case came to a court in Paris. The defendants in the case were accused of spreading false claims about her gender and sexuality, as well as making malicious remarks about the 24-year age gap between the couple. The defendants were handed suspended prison sentences of up to 8 months. A conspiracy theory claiming that...
First of all, Brigitte is not a fucking woman. So can we stop saying she? She's born a man. She's trying to hide her original... He's hiding his identity because he molested and statutory raped a 14-year-old boy. That is why he is suing these people because, and this is what the U.S. is trying to do. They're trying to create speech laws similar to this. So if you say something and you feel bullied, even if it's true, the person who's lying gets to take legal recourse against you, who's just simply stating a fact. And it's like the girl who, I forgot her name, but that girl who's white, who identifies as black. Honestly, y'all, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, really, truly, I don't. Because I come from a family on one side that's from the Caribbean. two very black grandparents had 10 babies, and they're literally from the shade of this piece of paper to as black as this pen, and they're all 100% biologically same parents. There's no stepdaddies and stepmommies. And I just know I don't give a fuck about that. I never took a big issue with it. Don't care. She likes the black culture. Fine, whatever. Fuck it. Nobody owns breeds or tans. So it's like saying to her, yeah, but you're actually a white girl. And then her suing you for cyberbullying and winning. That's what this is.
Macron was a transgender woman, had been circulating since her husband was first elected back in 2017. 10 people have been found guilty of cyberbullying.
And that fucking dude makes such an ugly woman. Like, look at the face. It's been so altered. It doesn't look too dissimilar from what he looked like before. But obviously he had facial surgery and all that stuff. And just like, he looks like E.T. Look at the wig. And then they have classes. But everybody knows that the dude, Macron, is gay. So why are you trying to present that you're with a woman? It doesn't even fucking matter. Nobody in this world anymore cares if anybody's fucking gay. Like, what was the point of this? Oh, okay. Now I get it. You raped a child and you're you know how the French are, man. No offense to French citizens, but just saying, y'all be wild over there. Y'all be into some freaky shit over there. Sadly, Ilhan Omar John is more attractive looking than this thing. But she's not even that attractive. So, you know, that's saying a lot about Macron, because Macron is Play Steady is laughing. Hi, Play Steady. I don't recognize your username, but welcome. Glad you're hanging with us. Let's see. Backwater Fishy says, what the fuck? Downey, LOL. Ryan, you gotta have her checked. Huh? What are you talking about? I don't even get that, Backwater. It's natural. Let her rip one. Let's have a fart battle. Oh, the Downey. Yeah. What the fuck? Downey. LOL, Ryan. You got to have her checked. Now I get it. Durr. No, I don't want my Downey smelling farts fixed. Please. I would like for it to stay. Because really, if you were to try to fix it, you'd have to address the harp sound, because that's probably what the real issue is. But I'll take bring and the smell of lavender. You know? I only produce the best. Even my shits are top tier. Welcome to Thirst Trap News, where we cover poo types. All right. Do you guys like eavesdropping? Let's having a private phone call.
Yeah, I'm good now. I'm alone. What's up?
I didn't even see what it was. What?
Whatever, bro. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Oh, she was eavesdropping. Yeah, I got the tisms. Sometimes it takes me a second. That's okay. Just by the way, that is my youngest child. She's an eavesdropper. And she thought I didn't know. And I busted her ass after a few years. I was like, I know you've been sitting outside the door listening. I know you've been listening.
1 sec. I'll be right back. Got you. I knew you were going to be there.
I'm going to try this on my kid. I have to whisper it so she doesn't hear. But I'm going to try this on my eavesdropping 12, almost 13-year-old. It would be so classic and she'll never do it again.
There.
Seconds. All right. Okay.
Hold on, don't finish that. Hold on, let me step away for a second. Look at your ass. I knew it. I knew it.
I would have just been like, Well,
Hello?
Mom's allowed to. Mom doesn't even have to eavesdrop. I'd just be buzzing in. I'll be like, whatever you say, you can say in front of me.
Can I help you?
I also tell people, do not tell me anything you don't want me to tell my husband, because I do not do that. So if you don't want my husband to know, you better make sure that this is a therapist and client conversation pro bono.
No? Sí, لحظة.
See, she laughed. Good. I like that girl. I would have laughed. I'd have been like, yeah, got me. Doo-doo-doo, yeah, exactly. That's the face. Pull that over for them to see. Look at how cute. Oh. I'm in puppy hell right now, though. I got way too many puppies. If anyone wants a puppy for free, we will. You can have it. You just got to come pick it up. If you want me to deliver it, you got to pay me. I will be delivering with my husband. I don't go anywhere alone. But I'm not sneaky like that, Jack. I don't need to do that. I can't do that. My brain don't think like that. Unless you're outside of my tribe. If you're outside of my tribe, this is a different story. But I'm pretty fucking open. I'm pretty open. I'm too tistic for all that shit. I'm like honest to a damn fucking fault. Like sometimes I wish I was less honest. And then I remember that I would be violating recovery. No, I'm just trying to make life simple, because if you start telling lies and shit, you can't remember nothing. All right, next video. You say this like it's a bad thing.
After capturing Nicolas Maduro and transporting him to a U.S. federal prison to face charges, Trump announced the U.S. will run the country until a safe transition is possible. But what if the U.S. never leaves? The Petro reset breaks OPEC's global price monopoly. By seizing Venezuela's 300 billion barrels of oil, the world's largest reserves, the U.S. crashes gas prices to a historic $1 at the pump.
What did I just tell y'all 2 shows ago? Remember when there was 99 cents a gallon? That's what that means. All y'all were like, oh, oil, bleh, how dare he, bleh, this is just for oil. So what? The guy's a criminal. He's oppressing his people. They've sent drugs galore and murder galore up to us. So the fuck what? What's your fucking, why are you so, you're like overly virtuous to a point where you have no virtues at all. Stick by something. Put a stake in the sand somewhere and stick to it. And just stick with your beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Wherever they land. Y'all are all over the place, all y'all on the left. You're so confused. If you guys would just take a breather, turn your phones off for 1 month, and then come hang out with Luna. You will be a much happier person. I promise.
Miracle slashes shipping costs by 70%, cutting the price of groceries and goods by 30% overnight. Inflation vanishes as the energy tax is deleted, triggering a surge in domestic manufacturing. The currency collapse is solved by replacing the bolivar with the US dollar, stabilizing cost while zeroing savings. As a migration reverse brings 7.7 million refugees back to rebuild $400 billion in decaying infrastructure. The Southern Command expansion dismantles gangs and rebels, cutting crime by 90%, as Venezuela becomes a de facto 51st state. This superpower pivot evicts Russia and China, freezing $60 billion in debt
How
and
much I
granting
bet you Venezuela would be like, yeah, we'll be a U.S. territory. We're cool with that. The citizens would be down for it. I promise you.
U.S. total military and economic hegemony over South America. After capturing Nicolas Maduro and transporting him to a
Badger says, I hate that I'm honest. I'd be pinche millionaire if I were sneaky, dishonest dirtbag. But that's the only way to be, a millionaire and billionaire. You have to be willing to step on people. They just got to deserve it. I'll step on your ass as long as you fucking deserve it. You will find my red bottoms right in your face. But you got to deserve it. Because I can't go to bed at night feeling like I violated my principles. So you have to be a bad person. And most people in big business are terrible people. I know this from personal experience. So I wouldn't have any issue. That's why I could easily be president. I learned real quick running for Congress, you have to use the evil tools. What's in the toolbox is what's in the toolbox. And sometimes you have to use some of these evil people to further a good agenda. It just may not look, and Trump does that. Sometimes it looks like he's being buddy-buddy with people we don't like. But sometimes there's more going on behind the scenes than you realize. And I've just learned even God uses corrupt people to further his will because they may have a skill or that he needs, or maybe that this corrupt thing will lead to a domino effect of something else that's like part of the plan. For example, Charlie Kirk being a martyr. Like, divine will is painful at times, but perfect. Look at what it did. It gave a surge of like people waking up more, or people who weren't awake before. And a lot of young people who really liked him, you know, it affected them. Like, unfortunately, that's what martyrs do, is they move populations towards a cause. And that's just the way it is. It's the law of duality. It's like a bad thing, but on the other side of the bad thing, there's always a good thing, and vice versa. So I think we all get caught up too much in like idealism, and we forget that the law of nature is not idealistic. Nature is fucking metal. It's fucking rough sometimes. And sometimes we get this idea that things need to just be perfect, hunky-dory, for everything to be okay, but that's not always true, and that's just not how nature works. You know what I'm saying? So it's really just finding like a balance and a middle ground, or like we say, just use common sense under the principle of love, and you'll be fine. Sometimes that means common sense, principle of love. Like when Backwater was saying, if I found a man in the fucking bathroom of the women's bathroom, I don't care what woman's in there, I'll be dragging that fucking man out of there. That's principles. That's higher universal virtues. That's being protective over the weaker vessel. That's a violent thing, rough, but actually done out of love, because love sometimes produces violence. Love produces jealousy. Love produces protection. Love produces unity. Love produces dividing. Love produces everything, really. And why the law of love matters is because with your soul, and how when you die, whatever you're vibrating at, you know, that energy just recycles, right? So, but it goes like, a low vibration is going to go collect with a low vibration. A high vibration is going to go collect with a high vibration. So if you're loving what is evil, loving what is bad, that makes you wicked. But if you love what is good, and everything you do is because you hate what is bad, and you commit a violent act against what is bad, that's so different. So they have our morals and our way of thinking psychologically all fucked up. We don't know what's right, what's wrong. We think we have to be being overly inclusive is toxic. Being overly intolerant is toxic. You know in your fucking soul what's right and wrong. When your head and your heart are arguing, your gut always knows, because that's what's connected to spirit. Your instinct is connected to the law of nature. The law of nature, God exists within. So when your head and your heart are arguing, if you don't remember anything I said tonight, just remember that. When your head and your heart are having an argument, tap into that gut, because your instincts, they always know. And just remove your ego, remove your pain and suffering, remove your desires, and just go with your instinct, and you'll be all right. You'll be okay with the Lord. I swear to you. Your higher self also exists. So listen to your higher self, the angelic side of you, your higher, your soul, the part that is still connected to the heavens. You know? Jack said, I made it my way. Puck says, amen. And Backwater says, you got to have morals, but you have to be cutthroat when need be and be that monster when it's go time. Yeah, a monster for good, you know, like it's like the guard dog, you know. He ain't friendly, but you love him because he's doing his job. You have to be willing to bullshit, lie, and fake feelings and emotions. That's why CIA folks do so well in media and politics. They all fake as fuck. You at least need to be able to know how to use it to further divine will. You know what I mean? I pray every day with this show and with everything else that's happening in my life on account of this show. I ask the divine God, source, whatever you want to call it, whether you're native, pagan, Buddhist, I don't care what you are. If you have a higher power, you'll understand what I'm saying. I pray to God, to the divine every day to keep guiding me in accordance with divine will and my divine purpose. And I pray to Jesus every day to help keep my fucking ego in check. So, hey, Rick, what's up? And Backwater says, yes, listen to the gut always. The gut always knows. The gut always, it's woven into your DNA via your ancestors. Everything your ancestors feared, everything your ancestors loved, everything that they felt, it literally encodes in your DNA through PP1 gene or PP3. But your gut always knows. John says this belongs on America's Funniest Home Videos. I missed that show. That show was so great. We would gather around every single like Thursday and Friday and Saturday night. My little family of four, eat dinner and watch America's Funniest Home Videos and talk about which home videos we would send in. It was just such good, wholesome. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. Y'all, I got trauma with family. I need tissue. Y'all never know when you might end up on a Luna Cry Fest. I have a lot of trauma that I work through, and my OGs know about all of it. I won't subject you to it today because it's not on topic. But America's Funniest Home Videos, what like wholesome entertainment. I love wholesome entertainment because you can just relax and you don't feel like you're being persuaded or influenced or having your emotions like tampered with. It's just safe and clean. And I find myself putting more of that on. Because for the show, I have to fucking watch the news all day long. And it gets depressing. And I don't want my daughter to feel like what Gen Zers felt like. They are literally nihilists because we went way too hard in the paint about how America's going to have nothing left. So they're like nihilists now. And I just don't want my daughter hearing so much infighting and negativity. So I try to make it a point to put on like Nat Geo or like she loves this show. It's like some snake, these reptile, they're both autistic and they like have a reptile store and, you know, because we love animals. So I'm always trying to find something with nature to put on or something spiritual. Because it, even to us adults, like at times it can feel like there's no fucking hope against this demon that is serving the devil overlord on this planet, you know, and I can only imagine what a young teen would feel, preteen would feel hearing all this stuff. I mean, because they don't know what the solutions are. So it's got to be even worse for them, which is why you guys really need to not feel bad about screen time and parental controls. Like, we did not have to deal with that growing up, and you can see the damage it's done. So absolutely, you are the fucking parent. You provide everything for that child. You're responsible for it being alive, and you have authority over your children no matter what this fucking crazy world says, because God said it. That the parent who withholds the rod, of course, that was more earlier human times, you know, so you don't necessarily have to spank your kid. Some kids, every kid's different. Some kids you can just cut a side eye at and they straighten up. Others need a good old, you know, swap across the cheek. That's just the way it is, because some of them don't respect you if you don't show a bit of physical prowess, because you got a little soldier on your hands. But you've got to like be a fucking parent in this world, for real. Like, there is so much garbage you have to protect your kid from. And before your kid goes to school, you need to tell them the truth about how the body works. Tell them the truth about predators and what they say, and they try to make nicknames for your parts to try to hide it. Like, you got to educate your kids. You do. That's how they develop the trust. That's how they know you're their safe place. And that's how they know this is where they come home and gain their bearings in a world that has quadrillion opinions about everything. And that's the problem with liberal society, democratic society, is like over inclusiveness, over acceptance. You know what I'm saying? There's no cohesion. There's no social cohesion. Lots of confusion. Okay. I got the serious rant out of the way. Are we still on TikTok? So let's go to the next video. The biggest downgrade ever. I'm offended. Oh my God. But you can't sue. That dumbass should have told him, don't you dare shave my beard. Oh my God. The waddle, poor guy. Now he's got to grow that whole entire beard back. And he probably trusted him. He told him this was a video he's going to make for his content. He's like, all right, sure, but you got to let me do. I would have spoke up. I'd have been like, don't you dare shave my beard. Oh, look at the difference a beard can make. This is why God said men need hair on their face. She should have kept the beard, man. Just I wonder if this is real or if they made that. Oh my God, you know his girl is mad as fuck too. Oh, she probably told him he's got to go get chin lipo, which he should. But or this should at least motivate him to get in shape. But this just shows you why God said men should have fur on their face. Because let's be honest. Ain't a lot of y'all pretty. Just saying. The prettiness God gave to the women. Therefore, they don't have hair on their face. I am in shock. Like, the haircut's dope as fuck. Oh, poor boy. Oh my God. This poor man. Badger says, I've got whipped. This day and age, I will probably be heavily medicated and or told I'm beyond help. Nah, bro. You just ain't hanging out with the Luna tribe long enough, bro. You'd fit in just fine over here. Reality Pocket said, guarantee you his girl made him do it. Now she's going to leave him. Yeah. Reality Pocket's over here thinking she was scheming to have an excuse to leave. No, bro, don't. No. I don't know any girl that would actually. Yeah, you might be right, because she probably knew she was going to leave and didn't want any other girl to have him just to punish him, because bitches be like that sometimes. God. Producer Ryan just said he went from Sons of Anarchy to registered sex offender. Don't say that about this poor man. You already know he's crying over this. I can't believe how much a beard can cover. Oh my God. No, Pocket, I think I'm more right on the specifics. I think she definitely expected the look because we touch our men's faces. She knows there's a waddle under there. She absolutely knows that. Or he's married and it doesn't matter. And he has someone that loves him. That's what I'm going to say. Okay. Don't feel like a shitty mom.
If you ever feel like a shitty mom, just remember, at least you're not on a months-long press tour while your small children are home without you, grieving the sudden and very violent death of their father. If you ever feel like a shitty mom,
Really
just
fair
remember,
point.
at least you're not on a months-long
She's got stunning eyebrows.
press tour while your small children.
My eyebrows used to be like that before aging, before gravity. My eyebrows used to be like this. All my friends used to say I had the rock eyebrow. Do you smell what Luna's cooking? I can't do it so much this way. I look more confused. But this way, this eyebrow goes up when I'm irritated and pissed off. Look at Badger being positive. It'll grow back. Yes, it will. It'll grow back. Backwater says, trifling hoe, leave my boy after he shaves. I know. She needs a Pocket's going, mm-hmm. She needs a spanking for that one. What he should have done, hopefully he went home and laid the pipe harder than he's ever laid it in his life. You know? Oh my God, Rumble's fucked up again. Look. Oh no. Hold on, Insta. Hold on, Insta. We gotta refresh. There it goes. So whenever we hit refresh on there, it refreshes on the mobile. The mobile phone. The mobile telephone. Well, yeah, we still have 15 minutes before I have to get off, so we can look at more vids. Blind reaction, we have no idea what's coming up. So we'll see. Hang on one second. Okay. We can do more videos. 15
Shocking
and then I'll announce fan
photograph
of
of
the day.
Erica Kirk and the son of Bibi Netanyahu, Yair, from 2019 on Facebook is now circulating on the internet, showing a prior relationship to her even knowing Charlie Kirk. What does this even mean? Well, Erica Kirk and the son of Bibi Netanyahu, Yair, from 2019 on Facebook is now circulating on the internet, showing a prior relationship to her even knowing Charlie Kirk.
Well, we've all known that she's tied to Mossad and her mom is on the intelligence agencies of both the U.S. and Israel.
What does this even mean? Well, according to Candace Owens, this proves that Erica Fransvy was an Israeli honeypot meant to infiltrate Charlie Kirk.
Sorry to pause this, but I have to just read what Puck just said. She just called that poor man who had his beard whacked off. She said goat throat. Gotta look out for that goat throat. Whoa. That's a new one for me, baby. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that on a perfectly timed fella.
Who the fuck knows? I'm former MLB agent Joshua Kuznick, and this comes off the heels of a crazy-ass roundtable between Bari Weiss, CBS, and Erica Kirk, where it was steeped in religious ideology and not so much news.
You want to know the craziest thing? Did you guys see that Barry Weiss interview? I was offended. I don't even like Erica Kirk, and I was offended for her. You mean to tell me that you just brought back the guy who's asking the question during... The guy who asked the question when Charlie got shot, they brought that guy back. He didn't even say, I'm so sorry. talk about trauma and the question he asked, and they just bring him back to ask a question about Israel. Like, y'all see the smoke and like the pony show, right? Oh, here, let me just re-traumatize you. Let me just, without warning, just stick the last person to speak to your husband, asking him a trans question. Here he is. And he doesn't even say, I'm so sorry for your loss. I can't believe this happened. I feel so traumatized myself. This happened right in front of my eyes. This guy's acting totally normal. And Weiss, by the way, that's Jewish.
Ari Weiss, the ex-girlfriend of Kate McKinnon, has destroyed CBS's journalistic integrity and had made it a propaganda arm for Turning Point USA.
Just so you know, one of my fucking favorite uncles is Jewish. He doesn't believe like this, though. What we're talking about, Zionism, he doesn't believe that anyone outside, he's not a Talmudic. He doesn't believe that if you're not Jewish, you're a beast. My aunt isn't Jewish. He married my aunt. He's a wonderful, kind, beautiful soul who gives to everyone he can. My Uncle Dick. That's his name. My Uncle Richard. But we call him Uncle Dick. He's an amazing, beautiful man. So please, when you all understand when I say Jewish, I'm talking about Zionists, okay? And like, just if you've been watching me long enough, you know that. But, you know, every now and then I gotta fucking make the disclaimer. I support Israel.
After having Erica Kirk on to
Voice
castigate and blame every member of society while running interference for the fucking president. But this photo purportedly is real, seems to be authentic, and adds another layer to all the bullshit that the new CEO of Turning Point USA is doing, because I wonder why she...
I've got clients from all over there. I have so many foreigner clients. I'm trying to tell you right now, the shit that the liberal media is trying to make you believe is not fucking true. It's not fucking true. Now, what is true, because I have Palestinian clients, I have Arab clients, I have a Jordanian client. They know they're not political. These kids they're young. They know the real truth because Israel's in their backyard. So they know and understand that the Zionists are an extremist group. Zionists can only be Jewish or Jewish American. And yeah, just do your fucking research. Every now and then you might hear me say, I support Israel for voice printing. Because my face ain't covered, my eyes aren't covered, my voice is all over the internet, the Zionists are getting in my chat. Okay, we can go to the next one. This one's pretty much shit we've already talked about. We can move on.
Hey, if I put forward a bill in California that said purchasing a child for sex should be a felony, like, we could all universally agree that's a good thing, right? Like, I'd like to think that everybody would support that. Well, the Republicans in California put forward that bill. It's called SB 1414. And here was the response.
We believe that SB 1414 takes an overly punitive approach that fails to address the root causes of these issues and will not effectively stop sexual violence.
Jack, Seinfeld is my favorite sitcom of all time. It holds up always. It's fucking hilarious. I love it. The Jews have a genetic predisposition for a certain type of humor that I find hysterical. There's lots of things I like about their culture. I don't like the extremism from anyone, Christians, Muslims, Jews, any of it.
We are particularly concerned that the harsher penalties proposed in this bill will disproportionately impact marginalized communities.
What fucking marginalized? Not LGBTQ. LGB. LGB is not into little kitties. So what marginal community are you fucking talking about?
LGBTQ community.
Oh, yeah, and the Democrats voted it down. But I have a better question. How does making it a felony to solicit
shocking.
Hey, if I put forward a bill in California but I have a better question. How does
That's good.
Making it a felony to solicit children for sex disproportionately affect the LGBT?
I've been telling you, I've been saying it since I was running for Congress, that this transgender agenda is it's the last step towards legalizing pedophilia, because if you can get adults allowing kids to decide what parts they have, then you can have adults allowing kids to decide what they do with it. It's fucked up. It's sick. I am a adult survivor of childhood sexual abuse, and I'm telling you, it fucked me up. I didn't even know that it fucked me up until I was 39 years old. At 39 years old, I had to have a come to Jesus meeting with myself and fucking go, what the fuck is wrong with me? And therapy is a bitch too, because there's a lot of shitty therapists. Like there are like hairdressers. There are like tons of them. And they're all fucking liberal washed. It took years, decades to find a good therapist that was like, Luna, I need you to fucking understand how fucking abused you fucking were, and how all of your behaviors since then have been nothing but your brain trying to protect you from some threat, whether it's there or not. Like, you are fucking deeply traumatized. I thought I was one of the ones I was like, oh yeah, that happened to me, but I'm strong. It didn't get me like that. No. It caused so many behavioral problems that I had to come to terms with and deal with. And I'm telling you, that is why crime against children is probably my number one. Good night. Love you too.
Quickly put
Yeah. Do you know where it's at? Wait. It's in the drawer in the hair closet on the bottom shelf with the purple drawers. Okay. So was I saying, this is like, it's worse than getting murdered. Like, to be honest with you, it's worse. It makes you hurt other people sexually, relationship wise. You're at risk to becoming a perpetrator yourself because your boundaries at a very young age were not demonstrated correctly. And not that I didn't do anything to anybody. I'm just saying this is the realities of sexual abuse. It completely destroys a child's sense of worth in the ultimate level possible, because you are commoditized, not valued, not treated like our children, our youth are our future, and it must be protected at all costs because children are subject to the power of adults. No, it's the opposite. It is utter theft of your own autonomy. You're a commodity. You are meat. You are trash. You are tossed around to be abused for the purposes of self-gratification. And this shit makes me, like, if I have a murderous vein, it's for pedophiles.
Community. Like, I seriously want an answer to that question. Because all the bill does, like, there's only one thing in the bill. And all it says is that if you offer money to purchase a child for sex, that's a felony. So come on, LGBTQ community. Tell me how that disproportionately affects you.
Because you're a bunch of pedophiles. That's why it disproportionately affects you. Because you're a bunch of fucking sickos that run the fucking world. It's literally all of us in the world against 13 families that have so much power. It takes more and more and more to satisfy them. And also, it's part of their religion to torture children, to torture a child, bring them to an adrenalized state, and drink the adrenalized blood. So that's why the raping is so common. The pedophilia is so common in powerful people because when it comes to the Illuminati and the Masons, they trade souls for technology. So also, when you are that powerful and you crave more and more and more and more, it takes more and more to satisfy you. It's like being an addict. They all have addiction problems. They're addicted to euphoria. It takes more and more. And it's part of their religion to rape these kids because a raping is so painful and you're being entered inside your body. Sorry, this is graphic. But the fear and the disgustingness that you feel, and then they drink the blood. It's part of their religion. You need to learn about some of these pagan religions, ancient religions that are worshiping the astro gods. It really, really, really pisses me off, man. Fucking pisses me off. Joelle says, yep, like that trans man who was jacking at the Planet Fitness. We played that video at the beginning, Joelle. I don't know if you were here at the beginning of my podcast, but yes, that was definitely a fetish because that person wasn't even facing the toilet. That person wasn't like, I just need to evacuate right now. That person was facing the door. That person was getting off on the fact that other people looking through the cracks of people walking in and out. That's what that fucking person was doing. You know what I'm saying? It's painful. Like physical pain, Badger, is the least of it. It's like the scars people can't see. But the physical pain, yes, for sure, is part of it because of the adrenalized blood. But like when you survive that, the pain you're carrying around psychologically and emotionally, it's taken my whole life to straighten myself out. And you add in some of the, tisms mixed with chronic PTSD, mixed with concussions and TBI. Yeah, I've had my work cut out for me. I have literally had my aggression after several of my concussions has gone up. So can you imagine? Like, it's just people are dealing with a lot of demonism that has infiltrated faith because politics is built off of faith as the justification for the laws. And so as a result, the demon shows itself in our politics, like what he's talking about, what this fucking guy is talking about. I love this guy's videos. He's a warrior. I can tell that there's a personal reason why he's going on about this. Adults who can just pass a child around, I can tell you from personal experience, those aren't human beings. They're demons. They're demons. I will never forget any of their eyes, any of their faces, but the eyes, it's pure self-gratification to increase their power. When they feed off your fear, that's what demons are. Demons feed on fear the same way angels feed on prayer. Backwater says, politics, not politics. Fair point. Puck says, his videos are always good. Yeah, they are. And he's easy on the eyes. It's always a plus. Badger says, does anyone remember Nambala? I believe that people dispersed and came back together under different faces. So the Tower of Babel is a big link in the biblical history. That's the same story where they took the astro gods in reality, but where the Bible says that, God scattered them. And Backwater says the eyes never lie. There's just something different. There's people who have light in their eyes. There's people who are just soulless, who look like NPCs, non-playable characters in this matrix. And then there's the eyes that look like if you look at them, you're going to be sucked in and never return, like a black hole. Those are the demons. And Erica Kirk has the craziest eyes. My grandmother had eyes like Erica Kirk, and my grandmother had a lot of issues. She had a lot of issues. She did. Let's see what's next.
Erica Kirk is a...
Hey, if I put
shocking photograph...
So
hey,
maybe...
Erica Kirk is a disgusting...
We can just start a...
What happened in Venezuela
random
over
scroll.
the weekend? The most America First thing I have ever seen. Venezuela has the largest proven oil reserves on Earth. 303 billion barrels. That's $17+ trillion at the current market value. Now here's the part you're not being told. We don't need the oil. Have you noticed the gas prices? They keep coming down. China needs the oil. China buys 60 to 90% of all of Venezuela's crude exports. Now
like this
not
guy.
going to China. How is China going to be able to power
fuck is
all
this
of
dude
their
talking about?
electricity needs? And what else has been destabilized this weekend?
He's an
Iran.
idiot.
They buy 8
Dude, we're not even going to watch that shit.
In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, Mother of us all. Amen.
No.
But do you know God is without gender? Because how can we all be created in his image, male and female? We just say his because there's a certain psychology behind that. Protection, vengeance, revenge. There's a lot of masculine qualities. And God is also female. Nurturing, soothing, there for you. That's why this is bullshit. The LGBT people, oh my God, seriously.
We don't read from Paul.
You know, honestly, if the LGBT church were to be smart, they'd just be focusing on just Jesus, because Jesus was the one that showed, I am here for the sinner. So if you gay and the Bible says it's wrong in the Old Testament, and you still consider the Old Testament as part of Christian law, but if you're a Christian, you shouldn't, because that's Jewish law, you would be saying, well, I need Jesus because I'm a sinner, but we're all sinners, so we all need Jesus. So they'd just be focusing on the Gospels, honestly.
A whole lot.
But the reason why they're not is because they're trying to push their perverse agenda.
These days, and there is a reason for that. Paul, and you'll have to forgive me, Paul is my frenemy. Because I agree, I think, with just about everything Paul says. And he says it in the absolute worst ways possible.
I love Paul. Paul was raw. Paul was real. Paul, who was formerly known as Saul, the one who was murdering Christians and then got converted over. Paul, I see myself in Paul. Paul is raw, man. He's just super real. Take me as I am. I may be wrong, but that don't mean I don't want to be corrected. That don't mean I can't see the light. I'm just real. And if you can't love people through their faults and be able to see what their actual targets are, if their target is actually to be good and acceptable spiritually, not to social matrices, behaving spiritually in tandem with the divine, it's like when you get married. You're marrying them for all of the reasons, the good reasons, and what they provide to make you a better person. But you also know that they have faults, and you still love them anyway. That's how I see Paul. Paul was not eloquent. Paul was not soft. Paul was not flowers and rainbows. Paul was fierce. But fierce creatures have to be taught grace. That doesn't mean they're incapable. And once they learn grace, you just learn that that's the pit bull that you send out when you need a pit bull to fight. Paul was that guy. Paul was fucking fierce. People fear ferociousness at face value until you realize you can tame a bear, you can tame a lion, but it will always be fierce. It's a different relationship. Having a pet snake is not the same as me. I don't treat my snake the same as I treat my dogs. I understand the capabilities of my snake. I understand the capabilities of my tegu. My tegu can chop my finger off. So you behave a certain way to bring out the best in that animal, to bring out a relationship that flows back and forth. You know, it's not that hard. I don't want to hear any more of this. Ugh.
I said to you, I'm a black lesbian. What would you say?
I'd love to respond to that.
What would you say?
I would say that you're conflating this idea of limitless, like whatever, gender expression
Self-identity.
or self-identity.
Yeah.
I already said I don't agree with that.
But you didn't say where the limit is.
Right. So for me personally, and what I believe is that there
What
are
do the
scientific
fuck the red
things
flags
that we can agree
mean?
to, like biological sex, right? But gender expression is a cultural
I know,
and societal.
you said that, but where is the...
Okay. Don't hate me. When it comes to the gender conversation, there is a lot of truth in the fact that gender is more of, it's not the same as sex. Gender refers to your behaviors, to be quite honest with you. And everyone has a dichotomy, male and female, every person on the planet, no one is without this. Everyone has a dichotomy of male and female because God is both male and female, and God made us in his image. I can sit you down for a personality test, male or female, and tell you whether you are majority masculine, majority feminine, which percentages you fall into. It doesn't make you not a man and not a woman if you are a man and woman. It just makes your personality slight. So I'm a woman that I'm 51% masculine energy, 49% feminine. So I'm slightly more masculine because I'm a fucking warrior. I'm still a fucking woman. I just got all my Viking Pictish Scottish genes in my personality focalized. I'm a very much fucking warrior. And when I actually got my hormones done because of my reproductive issues, I have very high testosterone. Why do I have very high testosterone? I'm 28% West African. The West Africans have high testosterone. So the warriorness in me comes from my testosterone and my hormonal environment, which affects personality. Also, we are made from the earth. The earth is made from stardust. We are connected to the stars. The time of year you are born actually matters. The culture matters. Some cultures, I know lots of Russian women. Those are some tough fucking bitches who could fucking roll with the best of the boys. I promise you. Same thing with Cuba. Same thing with cultures where survival of the fittest is a must. So she's not wrong totally in the gender area. How you come across to other people can be, there's bitch men and there's alpha men. There's bitch women and then there's alpha women. There's a thing to it. There's women who can hang with the boys and girly girls who they don't get a man's word at all. And there's nothing wrong with either of it. What's wrong is trying to chop and screw and genitally mutilate yourself. That's not okay, because your body is a temple for your spirit to inhabit, a vessel that the 3D realm gave you for God to experience, a first person experience of the physical realm. So your body is a vessel to be adored, to be taken care of, to encourage to run optimally, not handicap it to where you're dependent on the medical system and you're completely locked into the third. See, the 3D realm is the actual masculine realm. higher realms are the feminine realm. The highest realm, the 13th dimension, is the highest divine dimension, which is a feminine dimension. The lowest vibrational realm, which is what Christians call hell, is the masculine dimension. In reality, Earth, the 3D plane, is hell, spiritually speaking, not in physics. Okay, not in that area. But in the spiritual realm, the third dimension is the masculine. It's the physical realm, the masculine realm. That's where all of the physical things are displayed. Anyway, I could keep going. Subscribe and come visit me on Sundays.
Right. So you can't identify as another race because that's just genetically not correct. Right. So
there are limits to this.
Yeah, I do.
So I'm really curious where the woke limit is on self-identity.
Right. And so
are there any limits in gender identity?
I don't believe so, because
you can
gender is...
You can say astrogender,
so gender,
and you want people to respect the
if
fact
I may respond,
you have an affinity with the stars.
If I may respond, gender is a social construct. A social construct means we made it up, right?
Yes!
Exactly. So
it's completely invented.
Therefore, you can have whatever identity that you want because you've decided to create that.
Yes,
for
but
you.
my point, the point of my...
Yes, that's true. You can dress like a dude and a dude can wear a skirt, but don't fucking make me say you're a girl because you're not.
But why is that a problem?
No, here's the problem. It's got so out of control.
How does that ruin your life?
It doesn't.
Okay, so why do you care?
To be clear.
Let him answer.
Clear, my position is not that you can't call yourself whatever you want. My problem comes when everyone is trying to compel me to use the words and phrases you've come up with, which by your own admission, you've just invented. I don't see why any society should compel people to say, if you want to say you're astrogender, fine. I'm not buying into it. I think it's a lot of bullshit. So I'm not going to say, oh, you've got an affinity with the stars. Hello, astrogender.
Okay, I think it's completely...
That's taking it too far is what he's saying. Like, I was explaining the healthy way of what she was saying. He is like explaining to her, I am not going... If there's a man in front of me dressed in a skirt, I'm not going to call you a woman. And if there's a woman dressed like a man, I'm not going to call you sir.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
It was nice to meet you.
Said to you I'm a black lesbian, what would you say?
What would she say?
I'd love to respond to that.
What would you say?
I would say that you're conflating this idea of limitless, like whatever, gender expression.
Self-identity.
Wow. So she has boundaries, apparently. Only racially. You can't appropriate racially, but you can appropriate genderly. I wish I wasn't so mixed so I could make a point and start presenting as some race that I'm not, but I'm like all of them. I'm Euro, Afro, Asian, and Native American, so I'm fucked. I get to be any of those things and still be it. For real. I can't even make a point. I wish I could. But anyhow. No.
It's not okay. You can't just steal presidents out of thin air.
He's not a fucking president. God.
Democratically elected presidents, you can't just...
He isn't democratically elected. What in the fuck? Why are these people so undereducated? Why do they do this? You know you haven't studied this. Clearly, he wasn't democratically elected. Nobody that is in office for a president, Putin included, for 25, 30 years, that's not democratically elected.
Take them. They're not yours to take.
Wow, he's really fucked it over this.
He was trying to lead a nation. He was trying to deliver the promises of a better...
My God. Oh, my God.
...world. But no, we can't have that now. Give him back. Just give him back. Give him back tomorrow. Give him back.
Puck, I watched the same guy. He has like 1 million followers. He started following me. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
or we will
Sometimes I wonder where these people get their information. See, Democrats, I thought by this time, since they screamed...
This fucking white dude who's never lived down there, it's fucking crying over this. This is fucking mental illness, bro. This guy's traumatized. This guy is... I really just feel like these people just need a fucking hug. They just need a hug right here in the mama spot. You know what I'm talking about? In the bosom. Just, it's okay. It's okay, baby. It's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Good God.
Dictatorship. They scream no protests. All these no king protests. I would think they'd be a little bit more fluent on what a dictator is and does. But apparently they don't.
This is why I go on and on to you white men that you need to be more vocal and more fucking proud. And if you join the Proud Boys, I can help you do it. Because this frigging white man is crying because he's a sheep led to the slaughter, like the scriptures say.
I don't know who Maduro is. That's the definition of a dictator. He's saying about democracy. They don't have democracy over there. They didn't have that with...
The Democrat Party's fucking done, yo. Done. They do not fucking know what they just... Like, they do not understand that Trump just fucking dropped his diamond nuts on the table again and fucking teabagged another motherfucker for the sake of Western peace. And there is not going to be another Hispanic, other than maybe Mexicans. I'm not meaning that racially. I'm meaning that politically. And the reasons why I say it is because of politics. Because they're not like led by dictators. But any other Hispanic person that understands the oppression of dictatorship in the Western Hemisphere, that vote is gone. That vote is gone forever. Forever till those people die.
Maduro. He elected himself.
Hey, Caribbean folk with me here. Hey, what part of the Caribbean are you from? Caribbean Forex, December 3191. Cheers from the Caribbean. Thank you. My mom is from Trinidad. So welcome to Thirst Trap News, my Caribbean brother or sister.
Where do these people get this information from?
Seriously.
Again,
Soros.
it's not
George Soros.
Going on social media.
No, they're getting this from CNN, NBC, CBS, ABC, and the protests that are paid for by the liberal left.
They're saying, why did they do that?
It's not okay. You can't just steal presidents out of thin air.
Reality Pocket says they have too many emotional wussies that will vote blue no matter what. Well, you know what, Pocket? That's why I'm here every night. Every night as a brown girl, as a mixed girl, as an American, fifth generation on my dad's side, first generation on my mom's. That's why I'm here every fucking night. Trying to help people understand that America is the best motherfucking place to live in this world. And this is the last fucking hope. Like Star Wars. This is the last fucking hope. This is the last lantern. The only lighthouse left for freedom is America. That's it.
Long story short, my husband cleans the coffee machine. I make the coffee. And recently, I just decided to start cleaning the coffee machine. And as I'm cleaning the coffee machine week after week, I'm starting to get frustrated. And I passively aggressive made a comment to my husband saying like, why aren't you cleaning the coffee machine, basically? And he's like, well, you've been cleaning it. And I created a whole story around my husband and me not feeling appreciated because I made the coffee and he's not cleaning it, but I've been the one cleaning it.
Because what she's really trying to say is, I need your help. I don't want to be the only one cleaning it. That's what she should have said. instead of why aren't you cleaning it? Because men will answer the question you asked. They're not answering the question you really meant. So with men, ladies, just tell them what the fuck you want them to do exactly, and they'll fucking do it. That's it. That's how men work. They use one side of the brain at a time. They're not reading between the lines because they can't. It's too much fucking work for them. And I don't mean that as a slight for men. They're supposed to be this way. It's that way for a reason, so they can go to war and fight bears for you. That's why they have to be that way. But if you just fucking say, I don't want to be the only one cleaning this, I'd appreciate it if you help me. Ta-da! Problem solved, as long as he remembers that.
Real life things that happen, that we create stories sometimes over things that aren't even happening, and then we wonder why. And it had nothing to do with me not being appreciated. I just was cleaning it, and now I clean it. And
you see, this is videos like these are exactly why whenever I see a woman come on the internet and she talks about how much of a narcissist her husband is, how much of a dickhead her husband was, or why she left the relationship, he was verbally abusive, whether he was I don't know, all the buzzwords that they always use whenever they describe their husband after they get divorced. And this is the reason why I left, right? Videos like these are the reason why I just have to ask, what did you do? Right? What were your actions, right, that led to him behaving like that? Because it's
if you're gonna do everything, then he's gonna just. What is there for him to do? If you don't want to do everything, don't do everything. Let him notice the messes. Say, hey, can you go pick that up over there? He'll go do it. If you don't want to be mommy, don't. If you want to be, do. It's really, honestly, your relationship is women. This is why I say pussy rules the world in all reality. We just let men think they're running the world because every powerful man has a beautiful woman on his pillow at night, pillow talking to him. We are the neck that supports the head, but the neck is what turns it. We point at a target and they go get it. So, just literally, you are the one that determines the tone of your relationship. If you a mommy type, don't get resentful when you mommying him. Maybe change your own behavior. That's one thing recovery teaches you. You are only in control of your fucking self. That's it.
We always attack it from the angle of, what did the man do, right? The man always gets hit first, right? Even if in a domestic violence case, right? Even if it's the woman who calls the cops, they're still going to arrest the man and remove him from the home because he's automatically going to be considered as the aggressor. And that's simply because I genuinely believe that some of these married women, they literally and even the women in relationships who are not married, they make up scenarios in their head, cause a fight with their husband, and then use it to justify as the reason as to why their marriage didn't work.
But that's because there has been a real serious lack of real men demonstrating what men will and won't tolerate. Men, especially white men, have gotten way overly tolerant and scared to come across as a misogynist. And this is why I champion masculinity all the time, because women want the boundaries from men. We want to know what you will and won't tolerate. Honestly, we'd rather fucking not see you freaking... Yes, it's a love language to see him vacuuming and cleaning and helping take our load off, of course, because men want to make their woman comfortable. But men have a certain architecture to their brain, and they're really actually pretty simple to fucking understand. And a lot of this is on kind of the fact that if we're dealing with a population of men that have lost their masculinity, us as women need to undo the damage of the feminist movement and start setting boundaries that enable the man to be more masculine. So no, I don't want you helping me with laundry. I want you out there making my yard look fucking pristine. I don't want you helping me with the dishes. I want you pressure washing the side of the house because that's hot as shit. or whatever. So you get what I'm saying? Like, there is some responsibility on us women. We have enabled this like confused man. Hang on, guys.
Why the glue is not coming out?
Because it's you have to cut the top with scissors. It's sealed.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Or poke it with a pin.
Work and why they left. You know, after seeing this video, I can't help but think about, you know, when I was in the car business before. I used to be a car salesman. And whenever an older gentleman will come into the dealership looking for a vehicle to buy, 50s, 60s, 70s, yeah, even those people buy cars nowadays, they're that old, yeah. They would always ask me, you know, young man, how old are you? I would be like, you know, I'm 22 years old. And obviously the next question would be, you know, are you married? Are you planning to get married? Now I would be like, yeah, absolutely. I'm planning to get married. I want to have a wife and kids. Like that's I believe that the nuclear family is the backbone of society. And for some reason, they would always advise me not to get married. And then I come on the internet and I see videos like these and I'm like, yo, some of these guys' lives must be miserable. I'm not saying all women.
But if you think that makes a man's life miserable to hear a passive aggressive comment over the coffee pot, like you're also extreme. Because what the man can do from that point is be like, I would really appreciate it instead of you insinuating to just tell me directly what it is that you need from me. Because when you tell me directly, I know exactly what to do because I don't think like women do. And you guys talk differently than we do. And I need you to be very direct with me. It's that simple. He seems kind of just like what he's saying he doesn't like.
But some of y'all,
this guy seems like a guy who's way too sensitive over his feelings. And I'm going to tell you right now, no woman wants a fucking man who puts his sensitivities, his emotions before a woman's, because a woman's emotions are much more dynamic than a male's. I'm not saying that you guys don't have deep emotions. I know you guys do. I'm a guy's chick. I hang out with majority men. Men have fucking feelings. It's just the feelings come up from because of different reasons. And he seems like he's very sensitive. He seems very triggered by this, which means he's dealing with a domineering woman because he doesn't know how to set boundaries as a man. He doesn't know how to say, excuse me, I'm a fucking man. Don't talk to me like that. But a man that, I'm going to tell you right now, as a guy, if you're going to tell your girl, don't talk to me like a child, I'm a man, you best make sure you act like one. Don't wait for her to remind you. When you've already had a clear conversation and you've come to an agreement, don't put your fucking emotions before the relationship. I'm just saying, women need more space emotionally than men. That's just a fact.
And geez, you are not making a good case for men to marry you guys. You're not.
Long story short, my husband cleans the coffee machine.
Reality Pocket says, I literally wear a shirt that says toxic masculinity where I live and the women love it. When I go to Milwaukee, not so much, but they won't say shit. Of course the women love it because masculinity is not toxic. So Reality, when you're wearing that shirt that says I'm toxic masculinity, they're just literally going, hubba hubba, he's probably going to throw me the fuck over his shoulder when I sass him too much. That's why they like it, baby. I love you, Pocket. You're the best. I love, like, he doesn't talk much, but when he does, it's great. I love that you wear a shirt like that. In fact, I think when we start our merch store, we need to have lots of like women for masculinity stuff. Like, bring on the toxic masculinity. I love the alpha shit. You know what I miss about sports from the 90s? Seeing dudes get in fights. OMG. Like a good fucking fight on the football field, especially the basketball court. Oh my God. Women want warriors. Period. We do really want to be with someone that were like, I don't know if he's going to kill me or fuck me, but if I'm confused during it, it's okay.
What? Are they born gay?
Yes.
How does that work?
They're born gay.
How?
They have a sex.
Puck says, I want me a masculine as fuck man. No logical woman wants a soy boy. Amen, sister. A fucking man. Soy boys come with bitch tits. You know what I mean?
Sexual attraction.
No. I understand the manifestations, the symptoms.
The symptoms?
Yeah, the symptoms. The symptoms of my...
They're born gay.
Okay. So that means it's
you
genetic.
may not want to
that means
acknowledge that.
No, I'm just asking how it works.
That.
So there's a gay gene.
You said you worked with lots of gay people.
Hold on. Right? There's a gay gene.
Did you not have this conversation with actual gay people?
Yeah, a lot of them say I got molested. That's why I'm gay. In fact, a really good friend.
Tucker's kind of fucking up a little bit. He kind of is. Because I'm telling you right now, in my family, I have 2 men who are gay, and neither of them got molested. And I'm telling you right now, it tracks genetically. It does. It's part of personality. So personality is a funny thing. If anybody wants to doubt what I'm saying, sometimes you can see my psych degree right above me. But personality is a diathesis. Only so much of your personality is encoded in the zeros and ones in your DNA. Environment does play a huge factor in how your personality shapes. That's why every generation feels so different from their parents. Because your social matrix does determine a lot of your disposition. Not your disposition, your behaviors. But your disposition is determined by sets of zeros and ones by your DNA. So there is a identifiable link to homosexuality. I'm going to give you a cultural perspective. This is my opinion based on science. I'm a breeder of animals. We breed for temperament first, health and temperament before looks. So when we are pairing parents, we match the parents based on temperament because the linguistics do matter. The disposition of the animal is determined by the disposition of the parents. You can see what the disposition of a mammal is in the first 5 years, because the first 5 years you see more natural behaviors versus trained behaviors. I'll leave it at that. Let's listen to the rest.
Mine who's gay, so I got molested. That's
you
why I'm
think
gay.
all gay people are gay because they got molested?
No, I don't think that. But I am wondering. I don't know the answer. But I would say the absolute.
No, but Backwater says sometimes you got to grab your girl while she's yelling at you, smile at her, pick her ass up, and throw her on the bed or couch. She won't be mad no more. You are not fucking lying. The problem, Backwater, that I find in the real life scenario of what you're describing is that when a woman is genuinely that mad, the man's too, it's natural on a girl or a guy. You're not going to be inclined to make a physical advance because they're yelling at you or they're really mad at you. You're going to kind of keep to yourself. It's just natural to do that because defenses come up. But if you are enlightened and spiritual enough, you can overcome the physical defenses. And what Backwater is saying is 100% true because that's the psychological checkmate. It's nature's way of saying, you're mine and I still fucking love you. And it does. It does completely disarm her. If he can actually be alpha and brave enough to fucking do that, Oh, yeah. It works. Hi, Seth. Seth, I'm coming on a little earlier now. I'm about to get off soon. Puck says, take me now. Yes. I mean, the best way to get your woman to shut up is to fuck her. I'm not even lying. But let's finish this video and then I'm going to announce fan of the day. John, are you still even on? Let's see. All right.
What is the majority of gay people are gay because they are actually attracted to members of their own sex.
No. But again, that's a manifestation.
That's a natural thing.
You're not. Let's just do science for 30 seconds. Of course, you're right. That's the definition of gay. I'm attracted to someone of my same.
Do you
same
believe
sex.
that?
Do I believe that they're attracted to people from their own sex?
Yes.
Well, obviously, they have sex with them.
Okay.
So that's what attraction.
So what's the big deal? Why'd you care?
My question, because the self-reported incidence of it has risen. So we were told 30 years ago, and I have a good memory, it's about 10%, but the actual
because people were being mercilessly
listen. Then, but the self-report rate was like 5%. Then it's 10%. Now it's like 30%.
I actually do like
So my
Piers
question
Morgan.
is, were they all born that way? What, are they born gay?
Yes.
How does that work?
They're born gay.
How?
They have a sexual attraction.
No.
To their
I
own
understand
sex.
the manifestations, the symptoms.
The symptoms?
Yeah, the symptoms. The symptoms. My symptoms of my...
They're born gay.
Okay. So that means it's
You
genetic.
may not want to
that means
acknowledge that.
No, I'm just asking
Or
how it
believe
works.
that.
So there's a gay gene.
You said you worked with lots of gay
No,
people.
hold on. There's a gay
Did
gene.
you not have this conversation with actual gay people?
Yeah, a lot of them say I got molested. That's why I'm gay. In fact, a really good friend of mine who's gay said I got molested. That's
You
why I'm
think
gay.
all gay people are gay because they got molested?
No, I don't think that. But I am wondering. I don't know the answer. But I would
say the absolute
but what
vast
is the
majority of
answer?
gay people are gay because they are actually attracted to members of their own sex.
No. But again, that's a manifestation.
Period.
That's a
It's
manifestation.
natural thing.
You're not. Let's just do science for 30 seconds. Of course, you're right. That's the definition of gay. I'm attracted.
I struggled with this for a little while, but it really is a thing. It is a thing. Humans are not the only mammals that express sex for fun and homosexuality. It is a thing. I don't think that having sex with consenting adults, same sex or not, is the same sin as sex with a child. I'm going to say that.
Attracted to someone of my same.
But do you
same
believe
sex.
that?
Do I believe that they're attracted to people from their own
No,
sex?
yes.
Well, obviously they have sex with them.
Okay.
So that's what attraction.
So what's the big deal? Why'd you care?
My question.
Just saying. Look, at the end of the day, Jesus said that we need to show love first. If you are harming someone, if you are being a terrorist, I've got a fucking problem. You know what I mean? All right. Jack says Piers is a jerk, but not everyone is wrong all the time. Honestly, I used to feel exactly the same way up to a few weeks ago, Jack. I hated Piers, but I've actually been going back to many of his episodes because my husband said he likes Piers, and my husband doesn't like fucking anybody. So I was like, all right, let me fucking see why my husband says this, because my husband supports me on like everything that I, not because because it's me, but we do like align on a lot of things. So if my husband was saying he likes Piers, I'm like, all right, let me do some research on Piers. You know what I'm saying? And the majority of the Piers Morgan's interviews I have watched, he does a really good job trying to be a person who advocates for the proof of why you feel the way you feel. He's not trying to tell you that you shouldn't feel the way you feel. Piers is the kind of guy that's like, tell me why you feel the way you feel. And then after that, I will give my comments on if I think it is based in goodness. And he's I'm more open to Piers than I was ever in my life before lately. But like you said, People aren't always bad all the time, and people aren't good all the time. I'm telling you, I can be a person that's pretty fucking difficult. So, anyway, I don't know who I'm going to pick for fan of the day, because everybody that was here at the beginning of the show is gone. And the one fucking rule that I have to pick fan of the day is that you have to be there for the whole show, at bare minimum. After that, it's my vibes. I didn't know he was on The Apprentice, Jack. I had no idea. Jack says, I'm with you, Luna. I feel the same. And now I'm also much more open. Doesn't mean I agree with all he says. But yeah, you know what, though, Jack? Like, no one should agree with everything anyone says. You guys shouldn't agree with me with everything I say. I can be wrong, too. You know what I mean? I shouldn't agree with that's just cult behavior to just blindly support someone because you're expected to. That's never okay. Everyone's capable of being wrong, and free speech demands that we are able to hold each other accountable and ask each other to have more of an open mind about this, that, or the other. The one thing that's helped me with homosexuality is, number one, I was molested 4 times as a child by adults, by women. So for what Tucker is saying, I can't exactly say he's wrong, right? Because my first sexual encounters were from women. And that started me off with exploring my sexuality with women, because I thought that was how it goes. Now, to what Piers is saying, I have realized that even if that wouldn't have happened, I still would have been attracted to women because I find women beautiful. And there's a side of women that nurture me that men will never be able to do because they're men, right? But when it comes to the holistic side of me, the spiritual side of me, because I'm so dominant of a woman, there is no woman that could really subdue me. I tend to land, I need Tick in my life. But there's some part of me, through knowing the rest of my family, knowing the women in my family, that we are able to appreciate beauty and the expression of intimacy with anyone that values us. When it comes to right and wrong, I pray. I don't think God would be so cruel as to have borderline personality, black and white expectations of a species like us that has such a huge dynamic and huge capacity for love. And the reason why I say we have a huge capacity for love is because we are made in God's image. God's image is both male and female, and God loves us all. And we even see in lesser order mammals the expression of sexuality with the same sex that are not humans. So I just rely on the fact that spiritually, I pray a lot and I follow the guidance from my higher self and my higher power. And what I can't understand when it comes to other people or what is right and wrong in society, because in one society, something may be right and okay, and in another society, it is wrong and not okay. I rely on the fact that the divine, not the Christian God, not Jesus, Jesus' domain is over a certain specific thing. All the deities' domain are over specific things. But when you go higher than the deities we know by name, when you go to the divine, the source of all life, only the divine can know why I'm fuck up, why I'm good, why I'm bad. The divine understands the parts of me I don't understand. So when it comes to other people, it is not as Jesus laid out. Because of those factors, that we are not able to understand what God understands, it is not our place to judge other people. What Jesus does distinct as different is what is harm on others. When you are participating in something with consenting adults, that's very different than participating in something with unconsensual people. That's pure wickedness. Consensual encounters, not just sexually, with anything, can be consensual and not damaging, right or wrong in one person's eyes versus another. But the intricacies and the nuances of like this situation are not for me to judge because I don't have the capacity to judge it. That's what Jesus teaches me. But Jesus also teaches me that I need to love everyone, regardless of my prejudices, because my prejudices are defined by my social structure. And because I can't understand what God understands, and I can't see a person's life every minute since they were born like God can, it's not my fucking place. And I leave it at that. To me, I find much less problem with consensual homosexual adults than pedophiles. It's just where I'm at. You know what I mean? It's too much fucking work to, I can't hold a grudge to gay people. I can't. I know too many quality. To me, it's not I don't even like saying gay people, because then you have to define straight people. It's just there's just people, and there's people who hurt other people and people who don't hurt other people. Why someone is gay is their own battle to deal with. That doesn't mean they're hurting other people in the process. So I don't have any business judging them. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So, yes, exactly. Good reference. Tupac. Only God can judge me. And only God can judge you. I'm just here. Seth says, be gay all you want. I just don't need to see it. That's exactly the point. Straight people don't even sit there and force their sexuality on other people. We don't sit around with our friends and fucking discuss our sex lives. So just keep it behind closed doors and keep it away from kids. That's what we all do. Gay pride should not be a thing. Sexuality should not be something to be displayed. We're not having it's not Babylon. We're not having orgies in public. We do not need to discuss our activities openly or make political statements with our sexuality. If you have close friends and you want to have a sexual conversation, that's totally fine. Because we need community to keep perspective and to solve problems in relationships. You need village to help the village stay a village. So sometimes sitting around the bonfire and passing the peace pipe and talking about sexual stuff is what's needed. But we don't just go around advertising it. That's inappropriate. So, yes, and Badger says, don't push it on the children. Children will discover what they like and don't like all by themselves, just like we did, without anyone influencing us. So, Jimmy says, I think gay people try to make it so obvious to everyone instead of just being normal in public. I agree, because they were taught to be culty about it, when really they just need to just exist like everyone else. Everyone knows who's gay, straight, and bi. You can feel it. We don't have to announce it. You can feel it. I've never had to announce my sexuality to anyone. Everyone can tell. Everyone knows. So, But anyway, I don't even know who I'm going to pick for, because John's gone. I was going to give it to John Levy, but he's gone. So I guess we're just going to have to wait because pretty much everybody who's on right now has won it. And if you're on right now and you haven't, send a wave really quick. You got like 3 minutes because I have to pee my ass off. Like really bad. Leave the kids alone. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, good song. Hey, teacher, leave us kids alone. Yeah. Good times. I'm scrolling through the chat. Who's still with me? Who's still with? Okay, Jimmy, you do deserve it. Jimmy does deserve it. Jimmy never gets to make it on full shows, but Jimmy is fucking always a hardcore supporter. So where did Jimmy go? Jimmy, is it IL or LL or II? Jimmy Parker too? Is it? Yeah, it doesn't. It just says like LL or II or LI. William says, "Don't make it part of school curriculum for real." We don't need no education, except Pocket said edumacation, because our 12th graders are graduating below reading level. Pocket's always got the jokes. All right. I don't know, Jimmy, if that's LL or II, but it looks like LL. Where is Jimmy? Jimmy. What you mean, Seth? What you mean? Jimmy, you just typed it the same. You have to tell me if it's LL or IL or LI or IL. It's Jimmy Parker. It's to last for the second. I don't know what that means. Jimmy with the buzzer beater. Jimmy. Type capital. It's 2 L's. Thank you. Yay. All right. LL. Jimmy Parker. All right, Jimmy. Message producer Ryan.Lopez86 on Instagram so we can get you the lipstick kiss autograph show notes to you, or email us at thirsttrapnews@gmail.com. All right. Reality Pocket, thank you for the raid. I'm going to send you guys over right now. And with that, I bid Rumble adieu. I love you all so much. And Instagram, I love you all to pieces. You guys have been troopers. It's been a long show, earlier show. Good night. Catch me tomorrow. I'm going to try to get on at 8 o'clock. Here we go. Good night.